Oh, that's a red house.
Of all the colors, why would you pick that?
Looks alright.
What do you even call that? Fire engine red?
No, motherfucker. Guys, have you seen what you're wearing? And you have the audacity to comment on a bright red house. Okay.
There's no way the homeowners association approved that color.
I feel like you guys need another hobby, you know? These are the conversations you're having. Security? What? Who are these guys? What are we watching, eh? Okay, so these two are a cover. Hello and welcome to another Better Call Saul Sunday. That's right, we are watching today episode 4 of season 6. It's called Hit and Run, so we shall see what it holds. Flamingo check. Jimothy, how you doing, mate? How was your Christmas? Well, I was stuck here, you little... Alright, what? Since when were you Yorkshire, by the way? You made me Yorkshire, you silly man. Okay, right, hang on. It's the beginning of the video, you can't see what I'm dealing with. Let's just get on with the video. I mean, video. Is this Howard? Oh, mate, enjoy life while you can. That was smooth. Dear Lord. Therapy. Let's see.
At home, things are more or less the same. It's not any worse.
Not any better.
I guess I should be grateful for that.
Okay.
It's like we're deadlocked.
You got a partner?
Cheryl still won't talk about anything.
Right. Interesting. Have we met Cheryl? I don't think we have.
You tried what we discussed?
Yes, I did.
Judgment. What's Cheryl's point of view, I wonder? Jimmy. Oh, God. Oh, God.
I look over the old man's ticket.
Oh, they're getting the car. Of course they are.
His gate number.
I've been in that position, yeah. It's annoying, innit? You end up at an angle, which is never ideal. Unless you're Michael Jackson, in which case it's entertainment, mate. Nervous. Oh, hello.
Thanks for meeting me. I imagine you're swamped.
Today's not too bad.
Okay, you're gonna drive by in his car.
I hear this place makes a killer latte.
Ooh, get it, man. Ah. Yeah. Gotta place him at the scene, eh? Alright. No way. Is this what's-her-face?
What are you doing?
It is, right? Yeah. Oh, it's good to see you, mate.
We have a schedule. Remember we discussed it?
I put 2 quarters in.
What?
I really liked your hair.
It's a very small line, isn't it? But it's very interesting. I think there's been a very light touches about Jimmy's hair in this show. We have had that, you know, that scene where he was starting to lose it, right? I think it's something that, you know, it's not really necessarily on his mind, but perhaps in the background, playing around. That subtle kind of comment, it's very indicative of, I think, how people perceive certain things. Nice full head of hair. I think the almost subconscious respect for that. Just to add a little more framing to why I mentioned this, when Jimmy comes on screen in his Howard getup, I laughed. It's very over the top, a caricature almost of Howard, meant to poke fun. Look at how ridiculous Howard looks. It's very much a snide comment from Jimmy. That, contrasted with her comment of liking it, is kind of comical next to that context. A commentary on how easy it is in society for people like Howard, good looking, nice hair, things out of people's control. And look at how much of an advantage it gives you. Next to Jimmy's hair loss and his journey, what we see in Winner, it hits home almost the unfairness of his path. Not to dismiss the decisions he's made as well, of course, but this small comment goes a long way to demonstrating very simply this disparity in privilege.
I'm sure you've heard something about my son's drug problem.
Oh, really?
Gregory's struggle gave me a more, let's say, personal view of the legal system.
Ah, interesting.
I think you've got something here.
That's where the kicker is for him. It's personal.
Howard?
There we go. Another seed planted. You need to get that car back, buddy. Is the cone gone? Someone's in there. I did think, I nearly said, I was like, what if the wind blows it over or something?
Kinda moves a cone!
Honestly, you could probably just put it in. He might think he's crazy, but I know he's not going to do that, but I'm just saying. You gotta, like, hope that you don't look out the window, too. I don't think it's happening, dude. Oh, God. You gotta go. You just gotta go. Buddy. Really? Wow. Hey. Yeah, now you gotta get it in. There's no way. Run. I think you got away with that, mate. Yeah, okay. Hey, there we go. Plan coming off without a hitch. The luck, and everything just coming together. The show's almost playing with the audience, teasing, tempting the idea of something going wrong, and then it all goes perfectly. I think that subtly builds up tension too, because I think I was talking about it. Was it last episode before, about this idea of tension and where's the failing, where's the problem, the hitch going to come from? And then I was talking about obviously this idea of, well, maybe there won't be one, and actually the issue will come in the fallout, and perhaps them misjudging Howard and how he's going to react to it. The show kind of building up to that moment. Okay, we're gonna have a problem, not have a problem. Where's the problem gonna come from? Because you gotta assume there's gonna be one. And that moment there, it's like, oh god, we're coming down to the wire. Something's gone wrong. No, perfectly, not this time. And I think those moments are, like I say, certainly building that tension to that moment that I feel like building towards that problem. And building up to that moment is small things like that.
Listen, if you ever have any legal problems, give me a call.
Oh, bless you, mate.
Anytime, no charge.
Oh, bless you, mate. Oh, yeah. She does just want to help, doesn't she? Ultimately. And it begs the question, too, was she in Breaking Bad? Was she around? Was she helping people still? Oh, you're being followed. Lalo, maybe. I wonder. Okay, pay attention to the road.
Who moves cone?
I'm telling Cliff what I'm doing, what I want to be doing. I kind of got caught up in it.
Oh, and it turned a little genuine.
Cliff went for it.
Yeah.
And I think he'll deliver.
Yeah, it's all coming together, huh?
Are we on a roll or are we on a roll?
Kind of, and it's making me, again, wonder when we're gonna stop.
The wicked flee when no man pursueth.
You think we're wicked?
No, what? I think you're wicked hot.
Well done, mate. Saved that. Interesting that was her reaction to that, though. She was a little defensive. Kind of indicates that it's on her mind. Kind of second-guessing herself. Are we doing good? Are we wicked?
I'm letting a nail salon, use the lobby, so my office is in the back.
Shoes, belt, jacket.
What happened? I wonder if that's a gambit by the cops that suspect him for Lalo, right? Seems like it. Gambit perhaps to, I don't know, switch his phone, scan his phone, something. This lingering shot here.
How you doing on this beautiful day?
Ah, this brings me back.
What do you need?
Oh my gosh, she's got so many. Beautiful.
Hey, come on, it's me.
Ooh, they're cracking down, aren't they? Procedures in this courthouse. Damn. Yeah, I feel like it's linked to Lalo. Oh, hello, mate. How are you? Not well, fair enough. Happens to the best of us.
You gotta make love to it, Bill. Be gentle. That's the way to...
No, keep your penis in your pants. Yeah, it's all going right for you, innit, mate? Subtle hints, though, I feel like that something's creeping up on him.
What the hell is going on?
For real.
I liked you better when you were just a regular bottom feeder.
What is this?
If they put out the word...
You scammed the judge. And for what? To get a murdering cartel psychopath back out on the street?
Damn. Yeah, they did.
It's just wrong.
Prove it, Bill!
There's proving, and then there's knowing.
Ah, damn. I have an issue with this, honestly, and considering the comment on his fake hair earlier, I feel it's on purpose here that so many people so easily believe that Jimmy actually did what they're accusing him of with Lalo. There's no proof. This is conjecture at this stage, and yet they also easily bought it. Why? Because it's Jimmy. We as the audience know he did it, but that's not the point. If we didn't know he had, we have far more evidence. Considering the fly in the wall we are to his life, but everyone at the courthouse? Sure, he's a little rough around the edges, but they don't have a great deal of evidence to say he would get in bed with the cartel. That is a huge leap, a huge accusation, and kind of proves Jimmy's point in a certain way. Image is everything, and if you look and act a certain way, you have less credibility in the eyes of everyone. It shows a lot that everyone so readily believed it, and it strikes me as interesting to see how easily, or not so easily, I should say, people are going to believe that Howard is what Kim and Jimmy are saying he is. By the way, I realize they likely know of Jimmy having lost and regained his law license, but to me, that's still one hell of a leap to think he's a little sketchy to being a full-blown cartel lawyer. It's not very fair and shows what Jimmy has had to deal with. Writing down the plate. Confronting. El Camino dining room. I recognize the guy on the left, but I can't remember where from. Yeah, I took down the plate, okay.
Are you following me?
Yeah, she's got a bit of steel in her, hasn't she?
Then I'm calling in your plates because I feel threatened.
Sorry if we've disturbed you.
Yeah, they're on her and Jimmy. Oh dear, pariah. It's funny how we are getting subtle hints as to Kim's and Jimmy's reputation, actually. It's funny, isn't it? We've got, obviously, I talked about where we are in the show right now, how I think Kim has very much manipulated it. It's her decision making that is getting us here, and the reputation of Jimmy and Kim. I mean, we just saw Jimmy sit down with what's his face. He offered some money, this idea, this initiative she's got. She's on the up and up professionally. She's doing well. She's offering free legal counsel to the sex worker. Jimmy, we are seeing, is being labelled with, well, obviously, you know, the truth. It's just interesting the way that they're both being set up, how they're being perceived by the characters in the show, and yet we as the audience knowing actually who's in the driving seat and who is actually ultimately responsible for what's going on this season. Kim. I wonder how the show is going to kind of manipulate that, subvert that. I've talked before about this idea of perhaps Kim, I don't know, Jimmy perhaps about to get caught or take the fall or something, you know, he's the easy choice. Everyone perceives him clearly now a certain way. Is Kim going to come to realize that, you know, the only reason they are perhaps in this hot water to a certain extent or whatever it might be that happens because of her, is she going to, you know, fall on the sword or something, you know, something like that. I don't know. It feels like, again, this building. I mean, I talked about the building of tension before. I feel like we're building to, I mean, I mentioned that problem. We're building to that problem, and I think, you know, previously I've mentioned the tension building. I think this is another way that it's doing that, actually, very subtly. The way that they're being perceived in a less obvious way, by the way, not really in a way that I think as you're watching it you necessarily notice. It's like, okay, there's something going on here that they could use later down the line for story beats. I feel like maybe not, but
Great. Your name? Dante. See you then.
oh mate, see you in hell was right there. It's probably not professional.
Today. Oh, hold on. I'm getting another call. Having a bit of a rush here today.
And yet he's thriving. Interesting. It's kind of teaching him almost, and we're kind of seeing more fully this idea of, I mean, the Saul, I suppose, that we got in Breaking Bad, this idea of he uses that reputation, that his reputation is not a good one, and yet he thrives, he's succeeding, and he's running rings around people because he's very good. We're kind of seeing more click into place for Breaking Bad. This is much closer, I think, to the Saul that we know, actually, how we're seeing his reputation fall while his business is booming, taking off. It's working, but he's sinking into this persona. Embracing it, I think, perhaps more so. Or perhaps there's a lesson here in embracing it. You know, he's railing against it, he's not having a good time, and maybe this is going to be his journey in more fully embracing that, right? And sorry, the thing that actually got me talking about that was the earphone thing, which is very reminiscent of how we meet him in Breaking Bad, and that it kind of gets you thinking about that. Another indicator that we're getting closer to that, closer.
These guys, they bothering you?
Not them.
How many? Yeah, you need an office, dude. There's a lot of people.
You're him? You're Saul? Then you're the guy, right? Salamanca's guy.
Oh god. Words going round, huh?
And that's me.
How do you know these aren't plants, mate, to try and get you to confess?
Thank you all for your patience and justice for all.
Yeah, and we're seeing this too, and it's like, okay, the next step is an office, right?
Spooge!
I'll see you next week, Rosa.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you, Miss Wexler.
Take care.
Yeah. Sorry, direct contrast from one scene to the other. The kind of disparity between the clientele of Kim, the clientele of Jimmy, the reputations that come with it. Both of them thriving, though. They're an interesting duality, aren't they? A quick note, but considering the things we've been dealing with this episode, the appearance or reputation of Saul Jimmy, and now this scene-to-scene comparison, it's this example of how they're both thriving, but while Kim's reputation is intact, Jimmy's is in tatters, while we know that Kim is responsible for the con this season. I'm not pushing aside the bad things Jimmy has done previously, but taking it from a season 6 perspective, this shows how appearance isn't all as it seems. Again, we know Jimmy did work with the cartel, but the point is that to judge someone purely on appearance misses out a lot of context, and through that, a lot of the truth as well. It makes me curious what's going on with Howard and his partner. Up to this point, I've treated Howard as the pinnacle of healthy mental health, but there were hints that perhaps he's not acting entirely empathetically towards his partner. The snide comment he made about how he was trying, the implication being she isn't. Why isn't she? Is she justified? I don't know enough about this yet, so I'll put a pin in that, but it would be interesting for the show to throw a spanner into our perception of Howard at some point and show him to be less than perfect in his private life somehow. It would add to this idea of appearances not being everything.
They're gone.
Mikey boy.
I'm sorry?
They're gone.
Oh, he was just making sure they were okay. That Kim was okay.
And I will answer any questions I can.
Oh, it's kind of beautiful that they're getting to meet. Sorry, I had a moment there. I was like, they've not met?
I have men watching you and your husband.
Oh,
I'm not with the police, and as far as I know, they're...
Is he going to tell her that Lalo is around?
You know that you've been up to a few things that you probably would rather keep private. I don't care. I'm trying to solve a problem of my own.
What problem?
I love how calm she is.
Lalo Salamanca.
Yeah.
Lalo Salamanca's dead.
Yeah.
You're the guy from the desert? The one who was out there with Jimmy?
Mm-mm-mm.
Why are you telling me this and not him?
Because I think you're made of sterner stuff.
Yeah, I nearly said. Yeah. He's right.
You and your husband just...
Do your thing.
I do know you.
Yeah.
You worked in the parking booth at the courthouse.
Ah, yeah, okay.
You're the attendant.
Past tense, mate.
I was.
Is that a cock? I think it is. Did not know that was going to get so fast. God damn. Okay. He's being watched. Interesting. I mean, is this a different place to the place he had in Breaking Bad? I think he's got a different car, possibly, too. That was a nicer car. Perhaps what we see in Breaking Bad is a lesson learned. Hello, Batman. Oh. Sorry, I thought it was going to be a lair. It is a lair! The Batcave. Beautiful. Oh, hi. Okay, not a secret cave. Fair enough.
How's your edge coming along?
Oh. Right. He's just being careful, making it look like that's where he lives. I mean, he's got to be under the impression that Lalo's coming for him, right?
We're stretched thin. I've got guys working 18-hour days all over town. We haven't had a tickle.
It's coming.
Lalo Salamanca is alive.
Where's the attack gonna come from?
And where is he?
Yeah, it's Lalo's move. Oh god. Or is he just gonna be here? 18-hour shifts leaves room for mistakes on Mike's men.
What are we doing here?
The office space? I thought it looked familiar.
My new office.
Yeah. Why is there a toilet there?
This is the wind kicked me to the curb.
Oh damn. We are getting closer and closer to Breaking Bad.
People were throwing cash retainers at me.
Because of who you represented.
Now, this place is a shithole. So, it's temporary, until I find something better.
What's going on, Kim? Well, sorry, Lalo. Sorry. Immediately forgot.
It's small.
Yeah, not telling him.
Dirty.
Keeping secrets.
And this whole place smells funny.
Very Saul-like.
But the courthouse is 5 blocks away. Parking is good. Taco Cabeza is just around the corner. Might be a diamond in the rough.
She sounds like Jimmy, the way that she handled that. And it's just interesting, isn't it? Just the way that she kind of said it's dirty, blah, 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 blah. And then she was like, he likes this place. But all of these positives as well. It's kind of what Jimmy has done in the past. in regard to her. And I think what we've been seeing more and more this season is the role reversal. Her taking charge, her embodying, slipping Kim, slipping Jimmy, being that figure, while he is kind of taking more of a passive back seat in the schemes and everything. He's taking part, but he is not really in control.
Be a diamond in the rough.
I feel like Diamond in the Rough as well was a reference, but I can't remember what to.
Just promise me you won't move the toilet.
Really? It's smack bang in the middle. Okay, whatever. That is the place, right? It's funny how he says temporary to move on somewhere eventually, and I don't think he does. Interesting that, isn't it? I suppose we're seeing all of this progress, this thriving of Jimmy and his, you know, his reputation's taking a hit, but his professional life is on the rise, on the up and up. Obviously, that means that he's diving deeper into this cartel, Lalo Salamanca, this reputational thing. But it's interesting the way he talked about it being temporary, this office space, until he finds somewhere more permanent. I think that is the place, right, that he's at in Breaking Bad. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked very familiar because it's not obviously quite the same. It's not got his affectations, etc., etc. Point being, if that's the case, we know he doesn't move on from there. That's where he stays. Very static, doesn't go any further than that. And it's that question of why. What stops it from being a temporary space until he gets onto something better? What stops the rise? And can't help but think Kim's involved in that. Perhaps her absence in Breaking Bad, if she is indeed absent or whatever happens to her. Again, this shadow of things not quite going right. A problem arising, something happening where, I mean, perhaps seeing touches of it in Kim's storyline and her decision not to tell him about Lalo. And I get it, right, from her perspective. She don't want to worry him. She's trying to protect him. Mike said himself, I feel like you're made of sterner stuff. Jimmy will freak a little bit. Do you know what I mean? And I think she is taking more power, taking more control, being in charge, embodying that more, being her own person. Right? It's really important to her, making her own decisions, and I think that's what she's doing. But again, it's funny how that is more like what Jimmy would do. And then that last conversation there, again, the way that she talked, similar, it felt like, to the way Jimmy used to talk in regard to their relationship and their dynamic. Yeah. But again, sorry, that closing shot, closing scene, and the dialogue, building that tension. What's the problem? What stops things? What means that it becomes not temporary? It becomes permanent. What stops you in your tracks to a point that you don't go further? We shall see. But that was Hit and Run. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not subscribed, please consider doing that down below. I do just want to take a few words, actually. I'm kind of doing it in all my shows now just to kind of make sure it gets to everybody. But just a quick thank you. I meant to put out a dedicated video over Christmas, New Year, but I've just been so busy with Squid Game, etc., and just in general that I just didn't get a chance to. So yeah, sorry. I actually recently hit 11k subscribers. I hit 10k last year. That was my goal, and I didn't really. I was quite quiet about it. I didn't do anything. I didn't make a post. I kind of intended to, and never really got round to it. There was a reason. Last year was intense. It is what it is. There was a lot going on in my personal life. I don't want to bore you with it, go into it, blah, blah, blah. But I wasn't really in the mood for celebrating. And so sorry, because I feel like it was a big moment for the channel. And I felt very grateful, very thankful. And I kind of left it unsaid, I think. So I just wanted to take a moment and say thank you. At the end of the day, I don't always get it, why people watch my commentaries, like my commentaries. Like I say, I feel very grateful for it. Very thankful, and so I just wanted to take a moment for that. Really, actually, it happened on my birthday. I hit 10k, I think, on my birthday. So it means a lot. And I know some people who watch this, watch Breaking Bad, which is going back maybe I can't really remember, but almost 3 years now. I've been doing this for like nearly 5 years. So just a huge thank you. Sorry, I keep saying thank you. I feel like I should probably think of another way to say it, but that sums it up. And I don't necessarily really have a goal, I guess, for 2025. More so, I suppose, just keep making content and see what happens. So yeah, thank you once again. I won't keep you for too much longer. Links in the description if you want early access, all that good stuff. But other than that, more Better Call Saul coming soon. Thank you so much for watching this one, and I will see you next time.